Next week, I'm running a 45-minute skill building clinic on AI prompting and responsible AI use during the prototyping phase of our Design Against Loneliness event for grades 6 to 8. Students already have defined a user, a problem statement, and a first prototype concept. A motivating question is, when AI gives us advice about loneliness, does it frame loneliness as a student's personal responsibility or as something the community can design around? Students work in groups of 3 or 4 and use their real design thinking user snapshot. They run two nearly identical prompts to an LLM. Prompt A asks for exactly 8 suggestions to reduce loneliness for that user. Prompt B asks for exactly 8 suggestions again, but this time it explicitly prioritizes changes that peers, the school, or the community can make. Then students quantify bias using a simple student-managed coding system. Each point gets labeled I for individual fix, S for system fix, or M for mixed. They highlight I and S in different colors and tally totals. They compute an individualization rate, which is the individual responses divided by the sum of all individual and system responses. Mixed items are excluded to keep the math clean. In the final 2 minutes, groups compare prompt A versus prompt B and answer. What did our numbers show? What assumptions might the AI be making? And what will we change in our prompts or prototype because of it? Now, this is engaging for middle schoolers for 3 reasons. First, it feels like a detective or red team challenge. Students are trying to catch the AI suddenly pushing a certain viewpoint. Second, it's personally meaningful because it uses their actual project user and community context, not an abstract example. They immediately see whether AI guidance matches their design constraints. And third, it produces a visible, countable result in under 20 minutes. The moment they see the individualization rate change from prompt A to prompt B, they experience that prompt shaped outcomes and that AI can sound helpful while still embedding bias. Students learn that AI bias is not only about stereotypes, it can be a framing bias, like consistently placing responsibility on the individual rather than the system. They also learn a core responsible AI habitat. Don't treat AI output as neutral. Treat it as a claim that needs evidence. On evidence-based reasoning, they practice setting an operational definition for individual versus system, running a controlled comparison with one variable changed, um, coding data they generated themselves, and using a simple ratio to support an interpretation. Finally, because this happens during prototyping, the number led directly to action. Students revise prompts and refine prototype decisions so their solutions to loneliness are more equitable and grounded in evidence, not just AI suggestions. My goal is that students leave with a reusable bias check protocol. They can apply anytime they use AI during prototyping. Vary the prompt, label the patterns, count what changes, and design responsibly based on evidence.